Hi, everybody, and welcome to Module 7. I think Module 7 is one of the most fun and exciting weeks because we'll be working on the hero's journey. And this is just a really fun time to investigate the way fiction works and also to take a look at our own hero's journey in our lives. So let's get started by clicking on the Content button and then scroll down to Module 7, Fiction, the Hero's Journey. Once you're there, go ahead and click on the module overview. As usual, in the introduction, it's going to tell you a little bit here about the hero's journey, which was a pattern recognized in mythology by Joseph Campbell. And he noticed that heroes in mythology typically go through the same 17 stages in their journey toward herodom. And so we're going to be learning about these 17 stages, and you'll have a chance to apply that to your own life and then also to a fictional character. So go ahead and click the next button, and that'll take you to our Module Activities tab. And you'll notice here that we will be doing some hero's journey exploration. There are some materials to read. If you click on that first one by Campbell, that walks you through the hero's journey and talks about each of the stages. So you'll get to know a little something about the ordinary world, the call to adventure, and so on throughout the hero's journey. And then there are also some examples of the hero's journey as they're applied to specific fictional characters. So this is a really great place to gain a better understanding of the hero's journey and how it works. And you can use this as you're thinking about your own hero's journey and the hero's journey of the fictional character that you choose. So make sure to click on that link and then also review the Milestone 3 character analysis PDF and the TED video. So those are some important things to do to prepare yourself for this module. Once you're done with those activities, you can click on the next button, and you'll see that takes you to our first assignment, the hero's journey explanation. So you'll see that TED video linked here again for you to watch, and then you're going to submit a document with a response to the following prompt. You're going to talk about a time when you have had a hero's journey. And maybe you don't think you've ever had a hero's journey, but I think once you read through the materials this week and you start thinking about it, you're going to see that there are just hero's journeys in our lives everywhere. So I put some examples here to help you out. Some people feel like when they left home for the first time, this was a hero's journey because it opened their eyes to a new world that they hadn't seen before, and they gained lots of new perspectives about things. They transitioned from being embedded in their parents' system of beliefs to having to find their own system of beliefs. And so this is one time you may have had a hero's journey. Another hero's journey is when you decided to go to college. So, right, you're in the ordinary world. This is before you've gone to college, and then you've made the decision to go. You've been called to an adventure. And so you could explore your journey through college so far as part of the hero's journey. So a third example would be maybe if you made a career change and ended up in a different career field. This could also be seen as a hero's journey. Maybe you accomplished something new at your job. And then sometimes when a loved one passes away, we experience this sort of eye-opening situation as far as like we think about our own mortality, how much time we have left. And there's, all this grief. It's kind of this dark night of the soul situation. And so you might want to talk about when one of your loved ones passed away. Another example would be when you became a parent. For those of you that are parents, usually we see the world very differently before we become parents, and then things unfold in a very new way for us as we're called to the adventure of parenthood. So these are just some examples. Feel free to choose one that's not on this list, but this was just to get some ideas rolling in your head. And So what you'll do for this writing prompt is you will go to that worksheet that I mentioned that has the list of the different stages of the hero's journey. And then you will talk about each piece. Please label each piece. So at the top, I should see the ordinary world. And then you would talk about what that world looked like. And then the next thing is the call to adventure. So you put the heading call to adventure, and then you talk about your call to adventure, and so on until you get through all 12 lists on the diagram of the hero's journey. So you can go ahead and hit next button and you'll see assignment 2. So we're going to be doing a similar thing for assignment 2, except instead of talking about your personal hero's journey, you're going to select one of the fictional readings from our text to outline the hero's journey. So you can choose any of our fictional readings. There were some readings you did in Module 6 to prepare, but if they didn't speak to you and you wanted to talk about a different hero, that would be okay. So you're going to be following the same format for assignment 2 as you did for assignment 1. You'll just be talking about your fictional character. So I want to see a label that says ordinary world, and then the ordinary world of your fictional character, a label that says call to adventure, and then a description of that call to adventure, and so on around the diagram until you get through all 12 stages of the hero's journey. And then you can click the next button, and that'll take you to our milestone 3 character analysis paper. So this is based off of that outline that you prepared in Module 6. You filled out that character organizer worksheet. So you're going to be creating now a paper on based off of the worksheet that you did during Module 6. So you'll notice to prepare for the assignment, you'll go back to the worksheet, and then what's contained in your character analysis paper will be an analysis paper that clearly communicates your understanding of the character as it pertains to the reading selection, and includes a thorough analysis of specific textual evidence that explains how each quote you chose supports the main idea. So you'll be choosing quotes in order to support the main idea, and of course citing those in APA. So this will be a traditional essay format with an introduction, a thesis statement, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. And you'll notice in the instructions here, some things to identify would be specific descriptions that the author provides for the character, the kinds of relationships your character has with others, the actions of the character that move the plot forward, and of course, quotations and citing in APA style. So if you scroll down just a little, I want to bring your attention to the fine print. Once again, this essay will be 1,000 words, typically 4 double-spaced pages. And you can include a process page if you want to. It's not required. Notice we're still writing in standardized font like Times New Roman, Calibri, or Arial, 11 or 12. And then if you wanted to choose at least one of the essay review resources to review your work, you could submit it to like tutor.com or another, or you could submit it to our writing specialist in class if you wanted to have them look over your paper first. You'll see some under additional resources, some milestone 2 exemplars. These are going to be some samples of what this milestone should look like. And that actually should say milestone 3 and not milestone 2, but I have no way of changing that, so I apologize for that. I'm also going to be posting samples from a past class so that you can take a look at what the final milestone 3 will look like. And as usual, you are allowed to revise your milestones at any time after your first submission and feedback. So, before the end of the term. So that pretty much wraps up what we will be doing for Module 7. I hope you have a lot of fun with the hero's journey, and I look forward to our week together.